Hello, everybody. Welcome back. All right. So, today, in today's video, we're going to go ahead and wrap up all of Act 3, Scene 2. We're going to be going over Part 4 of 4 and taking it home. I'm excited. I hope you are as well. This should hopefully be the quickest one to go over. Quite a lot is happening, but not too much. I'm going to break it down very simple, go over a few key concepts, and then we'll go from there. All right, well, without further ado, let's go ahead and start with our recap like we always do, where we look back and where we last left off so we can jump right into today's video. So the recap from what we saw in Part 3 is the lovers are all fighting. No one is thinking clearly. Things are absolutely bonkers. That is all, folks. We'll leave it at that because that's what it is, and then we'll go forward from there. All right, on to the next and final part. Oberon calls out Puck on his mistake that he has made by confusing the lovers and wonders if it was really a mistake or if Puck does these things on purpose, kind of questioning his motives, his mentality. Puck assures Oberon it was a mistake and he's just been doing as he's told and it was an honest mistake. Nevertheless, he also expresses that he's having fun seeing all this commotion going down because he thinks it's silly the way that these lovers go back and forth in this way. All right. So this leads me to my point about reinforcing that Puck is indeed what we call a Shakespearean fool, because even though he is making mistakes and even though he may seem like he is dumb and he doesn't know what he's doing and he doesn't pay attention to detail, he is very conniving. He is somebody who does take a lot of happiness in the fact that there's a lot of chaos going on, especially with humans, right? And he has that wittiness about him and kind of knowing how to manipulate situations for them to work out favorably, for him to have entertainment and whatnot and what so forth. If it was really up to Puck as a Shakespearean fool, he would let this thing ride out and just get a kick or two out of it and just really see where this goes. However, that's not where we find ourselves because we have Oberon who set out a course, had a mission in mind, and wants to make sure that mission gets executed properly. So let's go ahead and go into it a little bit further. With all this being said, nevertheless, Oberon wants Puck to make things right. So he sends Puck to go fix this mistake by making the lovers get lost and not be able to find each other so that they won't fight. All right, and with this, they'll be able to tire themselves out, they'll go to sleep, and Puck can then reverse the spell on Lysander to make things normal once again. Well, let's see how this goes. Meanwhile, during this time, Oberon is going to go check up on Titania, ask for the Indian boy, and then undo the spell on her as well. This is not something we get to in this scene, but it is something to think about that will be coming up in scenes future, all right? Because this is a foreshadowing for what we are expected to be seeing as the play progresses, now that we're basically more than halfway through. All right, moving on. Puck ventures out. He does as he's told, and he finds Lysander and begins tricking him by using his powers to sound like Demetrius, leading him further into the forest in this nighttime to try to confuse him and kind of get him to tire himself out. This then eventually turns into Demetrius eventually coming in, and Puck tricks him by feigning Lysander's voice. So basically, he's imitating the two voices, and he's leading each guy in the opposite directions, as to avoid fighting, and also as to get them to tire themselves out, to have them right where he wants them. All right, eventually, both men do get tired and decide to go to sleep. Once again, folks, we are seeing the motif of sleeping, okay? And I wrote it here, it's highlighted. Whenever someone sleeps, something is going to happen. It is not by mistake that Shakespeare has it that these folk just get tired out and then just go to bed, because that's what humans do. Obviously, that is what humans do. We go to sleep to recharge and refuel and all that good stuff. But he has intentions in mind. He's trying to contribute to the actions of the play. He's trying to contribute to the overall themes of the play. That sleeping and dreaming and not being aware causes a lot of, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know, things being hectic, all right? But whatever the case, I want to make sure that you understand that this is something that has come up quite a few times, and it's something that has come up time and time again, just like we see it now. Because not only are Demetrius and Lysander the only two individuals to go to bed, eventually both Helena and Hermia enter as well. Both are tired, both go to sleep. Now all four of the lovers are asleep in the wood. Puck has them right where he wants them, which leads to this. He has all four of these individuals asleep in front of him. He makes his way to Lysander and says the following that I will read to you, and we can eventually wrap up this video as well as Act 3, Scene 2. Once all the lovers are asleep, Puck goes to Lysander and says, "On the ground, sleep sound. I will apply to your eye, gentle lover, remedy. And then he squeezes flower juice into Lysander's eye as to reverse the effect that it has. And then he says, when thou wakest, thou takest true delight in the sight of thy former lady's eye. And the country proverb known that every man should take his own, in your waking shall be shown. Jack shall have Jill, naught shall go ill. The man shall have his mar again, and all shall be well. All right? Exit Puck. Right? So basically, guys, what we have here is not only the wrap to Act 3, Scene 2, Puck has taken the initiative to try to right the mistake that he has made. It's something that is a central idea that has come up multiple times in the past, right? We have talked about how a big thing in Shakespearean comedy is that mistakes are made but are then eventually fixed. This is kind of that first step into being fixed for a mistake that has been made by Robin Goodfellow, aka Puck, right? So this is kind of serves as evidence of that. With that being said, guys, that brings us to the end of Act 3, Scene 2. I know it was a long scene. I appreciate you sticking it out. I think it's definitely the most entertaining scene with the highest action. Typically, the second or third scene of Act 3 of any Shakespeare play is kind of like the climax of most stories. So I hope that you got some enjoyment out of it. I hope that you really had the chance to appreciate it. Sorry, my cat's running rampant over there. But with that being said, I'll go ahead and conclude this video. Thank you, as always, for tuning in. I really do appreciate you guys taking the time to watch these, and I hope they've been incredibly informative and helpful in your understanding of the play, as well as, figuring things out on a deeper level. You're all very capable of doing it. I know that these videos are just a little bit of help for the things you're 100% capable of doing. All right, folks. As always, thank you so much. Feel free to reach out to me in any time, any way. I am available via email. All right, I never am too busy for my students. Feel free to reach out so that I can give you any support where you may need it. Otherwise, folks, please take care, be well, and keep on keeping on. I'll see you next time.